Alright folks, we are back here as the Inca to continue our campaign as we're nearing the end of the mission tree here. In between episodes, I've spent a little money to build up some barracks and manpower buildings since we're having some shortages of manpower. The other thing we have done in between episodes is we've enhanced our audio setup a little bit, so hopefully the sound quality will keep getting better and better as we go. But let's dive right back in. Right now, I think our main thing that we're working on, France no longer considers me a rival. Everybody has left the, everybody stopped rivaling me, probably because they're no longer valid in some ways. We are not going to rival our ally Austria-Hungary, no thank you. Looks like we have got some blast furnace events starting to trigger. I don't have any coal yet where it can be done, but hopefully here soon. I think we'll do this. We probably will upgrade some great works. I think we are waiting currently on... Is it the Industrial Institution? No, we haven't. It looks like we've embraced this. Sometimes I can't even remember. We've embraced the Enlightenment, but we have not yet embraced industrialization because it has not been discovered yet. Now we just have to wait and let our troops reinforce. I believe we still have a truce. Looks like Spain is getting beat up on in another war since we have weakened them. So our truce with them is up in 34. Our truce with Great Britain is up in 31. Truce with France is probably over, isn't it? No. Truce with France is almost over. They are allied with a lot of allies, and so on some level, I don't even want to fight with I don't even want to fight with France anymore. We've got all the land we have to get from France. We're so ahead of time on almost everything right now. Guess we'll just keep using it to do some development. How is autonomy everywhere? Autonomy's low pretty much everywhere. We're going to pause for just a second. So what I will probably do right now is, since we can have a lot more generals, we will recruit some, and we're at pretty high army tradition right now, so now's a good time to do them. Just crank out a few generals here. A lot of these are pretty good. Making a ton of money. We're getting tons and tons of these events. We have built a lot of manufactories. Spinning Jenny even more. Let's get a new general for here. We will put this gentleman here, looks pretty good. I want to make sure we have really good generals on all these armies. I bet we can find someone better than that. This guy looks pretty good. Where are we taking attrition? We do not want to take attrition. Let's see if we can come... Put a better general on this. Maybe with a better general. Put this gentleman on. And let's come down here. I don't know that we're having a ton of Liberty Desire issues now, and so I think what we will take is artillery level to help us siege forts faster. Alright, we've gotten back into the positive, ever so barely on manpower, so those barracks are starting to pay for themselves. The other thing it looks like we can do is get a little more governing capacity. Another thing that we had been... Yaran. I think another thing that we had been working on at one point was devastation, because we do have quite a bit of it. Especially in the north. Let's get rid of... This is one of my vassals. We'll wait to do that until they're annexed. Let's see, that's a good one. So we want to... Ooh, pause. There we go, we have pulled in Mapuche. So now actually we can go ahead and try to get rid of some of the devastation in these provinces. Man, there is some crazy high devastation on this one province. See if we can't fix some of this for them. Well, for us now. It's a lot of sugarcane down here. Having this at a good development. There we go. All right. So we have annexed Mapuche. Let's see what we got on the fleet here. We've got... Let's just gather up all their ships. Like a random assortment of ships here. Let's group them up for repairs. The other thing we will do is I think we will take this little baby army and let us march it north. Let's give it a leader so it has somebody in charge. And because one of the weaknesses we've had previously is that we have not been able to contest this northern region. And so let's pull over more troops. Yeah, that looks like their whole army. We'll pull more troops over so that we can better contest that. This also is a heavy frigate. Let's pull that one over as well. And then as soon as we get enough governing capacity to actually do it, we will bring it in. Let's upgrade these ships because I am sure they are not up to date. This army is taking attrition because it does not have a general. Let's put one of the mega generals on it. It is still taking attrition. Let's find a spot where this can stand. Go over here. This one is also taking attrition. Let's walk over here. We need the next tech. We'll probably lower attrition or something. Looks like they've managed somehow to handle the rebels. Good. Our truces with Portugal are up, actually. That would be one way. Great Britain, France, and Ethiopia. Well, that would be a messy war. You'd be fighting on the continent and on land. For this next war with Great Britain, because that's probably the next one we're going to go for, we're going to have to siege Portugal, and we're going to have to siege Britain. So we're going to have armies in position on both continents, or on both land masses. So let's go ahead and move a couple of stacks north. Like there are some upgrades that can also be done here. I think we're going to need 2 stacks against... we're probably going to need at least... I think we're going to need at least 3 stacks against the British, maybe more. Let's use one of our diplomats in the Diplo macro builder. Pause for just a second so we can. Let's send one to our subject countries just to keep them all happy with us while we're doing that. We are not going to meddle in the affairs of the Panakas. Let's see where there is a... There we go. That's where an army can stand. Let's bring this over here. Getting close to being able to take more tech. Let's go ahead and upgrade. Let's see whether we're about to take a tech that's going to require upgrades. A little bit, yeah. We're about to take a tech that's going to require tons of upgrades, so we might as well not do that. Right, we are about to cap out. I think it is time. We will take separation of powers. So now we get to pick an idea group. I think the main thing that is slowing us down here in the mainland is aggressive expansion. So I think anything we can take that will improve our odds of do a better job with aggressive expansion. This would help us get rid of aggressive expansion faster, but this one is just a flat reduction in aggressive expansion. So I think it also has some siege ability that may be helpful to us. So I think that is probably the one that we are going to go for, because I think that's what we really need more than... I don't know that we really need like more diplomats or more diplomatic reputation. We just need straight aggressive expansion impact so that we can take more in one war. The other thing we should probably do then is we're already focused on Diplo, so that's perfect. Let's go ahead and take transfer, aggressive expansion impact, which will be very helpful. Spy network and siege ability, which will also be helpful, has been greatly... That's gotten us way ahead. The other thing, since we do have this, is we probably should tell our vassal. Looks like they've got a few claims. Okay, they are claiming. The British are... What are we doing here, Britain? You're like walking through us. Britain... Looks like they do have a fair number of troops up here. Oh, they've walked north to go deal with some rebels. Because of that, who else are you allied with? Portugal and the Netherlands. It looks like the Netherlands did form in between. So we do need to be prepared for an actual war with the Netherlands. So I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll have... We have enough. Send him south. Send these troops south. This is the cheap Navy advisor, which we don't super need the Navy, but we will take a cheap advisor. Sure, we'll do that. So now we've got some troops in the south that are in position to deal with Portugal. I think, though, we are probably going to need... Let's go pick up, I think, some more troops. I think it's time to pick up one of these armies here in Asia and bring it over, because it's not really doing anything. Let's send the Navy... No, hold up. Sometimes the Navy has some interesting ideas about how it's going to get from point A to point B, as we have learned. Pause for just a second. Let's send the Navy down to here, and then we'll send it across so that it goes the right way. Look how cheap these ideas are. It's like $250. All right, this will give us a diplomat and advisor cost, which is very nice. Since we're pretty close on this, but I don't think it's time quite yet. Let's go ahead and grant a few more generals while we have pretty high army tradition and can do that. Just fill out the ranks with some extra generals. Swing plow. Man, we are just getting like all the good events here. Alright, let's let that have a repair tick. No, we will take siege ability, thank you. Let's send these up to here, and then we'll come across and pick up our troops over on the other side. I believe we're using a 30-20 stack, so let's train some more. Just want to make sure we have enough troops in Europe that we don't get caught out. There we go. That should give us plenty of troops to handle anything that comes up over there. Apparently we were standing on top of where those rebels were, so that was easy. Appreciate it if you would not stand on top of me, thank you. Let's take another couple of generals. And we've reached another level of army professionalism, so morale damage to reserves is lower, cool. Like we are... This one is steadily building up. Let's assign one of the generals. Guess you are the next best general. Alright. We do not have an admiral. We probably should. He's okay. At least he's something to help us. Well, that's not very good. I think we're about to cap out. Oh, we can go ahead and take military. That supply limit on the next one will be really nice. There we go. Now we have a nice 50 stack here. I think now that we have we got an extra diplomat from one of our ideas, I think we can also put one on allies, so that we stay positive with our allies. Sure, we're royal married to everybody. Not married here. Mainly I do this because it gets their liberty desire down. Okay. Oh, let's bring these troops across. Yearly corruption is pretty cool. I think what that probably means is that within here, rooting out corruption will be turned off because there's no point. Portuguese California is at war with the Ottomans and the Zuni Federation. What is going on here? The Ottomans are at war with Portugal and Ethiopia. How do you even get into that war? Like, how does that even happen? It's like, for example, if we declare this war, I know we can't do it right now. I wonder if Portugal will drop out here in a minute. Be interesting to see. The main thing is we have to make sure we have to have enough troops on Great Britain, because once the war starts, we will not be able to reinforce. And so that's one of my prime drivers for bringing over this extra 50k stack to try and reinforce us here. Oh, ho, ho, we've got some coal. We want that. Furnace, Santa Catarina, please build us a blast furnace, thank you. Of course, we've depleted a gold mine, but we did find coal, which is pretty much as good right now, actually. Right, let us bring this fleet around. I think we're getting close to time for war, so this will work out just perfect by bringing in the fleet. Austria-Hungary's the emperor, that's great. Good thing is that since the Ottomans are also at war with Portugal, hopefully they will be very distracted. Let's see how we're doing here. We probably can use a little bit of admin power just to buy down inflation. I'm trying to think if there's other useful things to do with admin power right now. We've got generals in place here in the north. Try to handle. Still not a ton of troops up here, but it's a lot more troops than there have been in these last wars. This army is very out of position for being helpful. So let's bring it down here. This fleet has been fully upgraded, so let's bring it up just as a supporting fleet. All right. Okay, one more tick, it'll be repaired. There's the truce. Let's bring them up here, and then I think it will be time for war. The Netherlands are also a major naval power, so I think what we're going to try to do is siege Portugal down so that we can push them out of the war, then swing north to go after the Netherlands, and then we'll try to deal with the rest of it. We're going to cap out on admin again here. I guess we'll just real quick come over here. Let's look for a little devastation and see if we can't solve some of it. Sorry, northern lands, that you got sieged so hard. I wasn't anticipating quite that level of naval invasion. Or the colonial invasion in the north. There we go, that should at least buy us a little bit of time. And alright, the armies are here. So what we are going to do, we're gonna move them up into position. It's also possible that we could get across this strait if we march really fast right when we declare war. So we can see. They will all join. We're going to go for imperialism. We will call Austria-Hungary in. Italy does not want to get involved because it's too far away, but I think Austria-Hungary is enough to hopefully take the Netherlands. Especially because I think we are in better position for the war than the other folks will be. And I think we will declare. See if we can get across. Italy will join? Okay, join. Sure, Italy, come on in. I'll take all the help I can get. Let us immediately move on to this fort. And then I don't know if we can actually move forward onto anything else at this point. Maybe we can. Right. That sets us in motion up there. Let us set ourselves in motion. That is a horrible siege leader. Let's put a better siege leader in charge. Thank you. This is a very good combat general, but a very poor siege general. So let's take you off of here and put a new general with 3 siege. There, this guy, mega siege general, on. And then we will also, let's get a reasonable one. Let's see here. What's our best guy? This gentleman is okay. We're going to immediately move him into position. And then I think we will move him into Evora, and we will back both of them up with this gentleman. All right, I think that will do it. So in the next episode, the war is declared, the battle is joined, and let's see how we do. I'll see you next time.